Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera. Me Rabiatul Adawiyah. I'm from Faculty Human Development Sultan Idris Education University Malaysia. Thank you very much for today that you have to give me the time for doing my presentations. I would like to explain my presentation here, and the title of my presentation is a comparison of the effectiveness of board game and song for the children's speaking skill. Abstract. In the study, the researchers aim to determine the effectiveness of board game and song used in the study as a medium to improve speaking skill in the kindergarten children. As many as 40 kindergarten children aged 5 until 6 years who are is one of the kindergarten schools in Indonesia, especially in Sumbawa, West Nusa Tenggara, as has descriptions with details of 20 or 50% children included in group A, and then 20 or 50% the children were included in Group B, where these two groups were involved as respondents in the study. The research is an experimental type of research using a static group pretest post-test design. Meanwhile, in this study, the researcher used the test to gather research value and analyzed in this SPSS 22 for Windows. The result of the research from the two groups has a significant difference which is based on the overall final scores between songs having a value of 6% greater than the board game. Thus, it can be concluded that board game and song have their respective effectiveness of improving children's speaking skills, but songs media has a greater influence when compared to board games. Next, introductions. Speaking is one of the skills that can be said to have a very difficult level for everyone to master. This is because some of the children have a fear of saying a word in speaking which is the children think will make a mistake when they express themselves in speaking. That from Haggis 2011 state that there are several factors that can cause young students to have a fear of expressing some ideas when speaking, which is that they must speak fluently, have good grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, and understanding when they speak fluently. Next, literature review. As we know that speaking is very important for everyone or students to acquire speaking skill for a communicative purpose. From Iman 2070. Speaking is usually imitative and productive, providing students to practice language patterns and communication properly and correctly with the interculator. That from Baker and Rons 2016. And the third that from Rao 2019 reveals that in this modern era the ability to speak plays an important role from everyone is expressing new desires or ideas for the desired goal. Okay, next. This is the theoretical framework for my research that from theory of language is from Vygotsky and Chomsky. And the next that theory of play and theory of musical that from Piaget and Jarner. And the next that comparison of board game and song for children's speaking skills, and then to improve the effectiveness of communication competence. Next, methodology. Here, for this study, the researcher used a pre-experimental design with the type of static group pretest post-test design that I have get from Whelan and Frankel 2012 state that the static group pretest post-test was different from the static group comparison design. In the study, board games were given to group as Group A as a learning medium and Group B to songs as a learning medium. In this study, the researcher focused on selecting children aged 5 until 6 years in Bina Insan kindergarten to be responded because Bina Insan is one of the schools in Indonesia that I get that is related to the problems in this study. Next. Okay, this is about the result. The result of normality test from the analysis data that we can see from the variable pre-test of speaking skill for group board game or group A that have significant 0.200 and the session is normal, and the post-test of speaking skill for group board game or A group that significant that is 0.229. Decision is normal. And the next variable 3 is a pretest of speaking skill for group songs or group B and get a significant 0.124 and decision is a normal. And the variable and the finally variable that a post test of speaking skills for group songs or B group. And the significant is a 0.222. Decision is a normal. Next. Okay, this is the result for the analysis of the pair sample test based on the significant value to tilt. The variable that speaking conclusion that we can see from the what is that the slide, the significant to tilt is a 0.00 and decision is a accepted, and the hypothesis alternative is accepted, and the null hypothesis is a rejected that we can see from the slide. Okay, the next the result of the analysis result from the significant to tail independent sample test that we can see from the result is the final result of significance to tail is a 0.000. That decision it's mean the hypothesis alternative is accepted and the hypothesis null is rejected that we can see. Next. Okay, next conclusion. Based on the result of the pre-test and post-test scores, it was seen that there was an increase in speaking skill for all participants involved in the study, which were divided into Group A and Group B. This is also in line with research from Rico Ade Maulana, 2019, and also Sihadeh 2016, which proved that the use of board game and song has the effect of improving speaking skill. In addition, their research also found differences in the level of pre-test and post-test scores of each group that was the subject of the research. Then, the results of this study also show that the use of quantitative method with static group, pretest sports test design has helped researchers to get different impressions of speaking ability through the effectiveness of board game and song applied to board game groups and group or of songs where the songs has a value of 6% greater than board game. Okay, this is my references, and thank you very much for the time, and thank you very much because you have to attention to me. And I'm so sorry if I get a mistake for my presentations today, and then I'm so sorry also if my slide is not best for you, but I just want to say thank you very much. And then assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera.